Welcome to Fine Cuisine and Etiquette with your host, Oliver Gerald, the Eater, your guide to the finer things in life. And that's right, the pride and joy of American chocolate tastes like puke. And there's a good reason why. But first, let's take a stroll back to the late 19th century. For Milton S. Hershey, his eureka moment came when he visited the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition and saw the German chocolate-making machinery in action. Hershey immediately sold his Lancaster Caramel Company for the equivalent of $32.5 million in today's money. Milton took the proceeds and started the Hershey Chocolate Company with the goal of emulating the European-style treats he was so enamored with. At the time, chocolate was very much a luxury item in America, so Milton focused on milk chocolate, since its lower cocoa content made it cheaper to produce than its dark chocolate brethren. The Hershey Company produced the very first Hershey bar in 1900, and today it's known informally as the Great American Chocolate Bar. But because milk spoils quickly, the Hershey bar had a short shelf life. At some point, supposedly the early 1930s, Hershey began putting its milk through a process called lipolysis, which breaks down fatty acids and stabilizes the milk, preventing fermentation and extending the chocolate's lifetime to a full year. This, in turn, helped Hershey secure a contract with the U.S. military to produce the emergency D-ration bar during World War II. But the longer shelf life carried a steep price, because a byproduct of lipolysis is butyric acid, a naturally occurring compound found in butter, Parmesan cheese, and yes, vomit. Butyric acid gives vomit its distinctive stench, and for Hershey's eponymous chocolate bar, a sour, tangy flavor. Ironically, one of the US military's requirements for D-ration bar was it taste a little better than a boiled potato, so troops wouldn't feel compelled to eat it in non-emergency scenarios. And Hershey's chocolate vomit definitely fit the bill. And while Hershey's chocolate formula is a closely guarded secret, and the company denies adding butyric acid, the compound is somehow finding its way in. Even after mass transportation and food technology had advanced to the point where lipolysis wasn't necessary, Hershey's has stuck to tradition, maintaining the same recipe over the last century. Many Americans assume that all chocolate is supposed to have that strangely acidic flavor, especially since Hershey competitors will often intentionally add butyric acid to imitate their famous contemporary. But most Europeans, and the few Americans who know better, all three of you, the ones in the know think American chocolate tastes rancid, and that's not unreasonable since it literally shares qualities with vomit. Be sure to show your appreciation for my efforts with a like, and I shall return to educate the great unwashed masses and all those of good letters and breeding on the finer things in life and delightful cuisine.